Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like... You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats, when it was called hip-hop.
Live in the cypher! Oh, Wednesday night, gotta get it right. Live in the cypher, chills on the mic. You got cash, I'm worth it, pay me. You can't outfox me, so say that for Jamie. BKS1Radio.com. Hot like fire, kids, so ring me along. Got the industry corner with our own damn opinions. No Serato, it's authentic. When late night is spinning, the truth, the real. Hip-hop ain't dead, and if it was, we resurrected it. It's back to the essence, the bare essential. Storm Norm is the leader, we call him the general. Smooth P and Ghost, we rate and review. So if you're scared to spit the 16, don't come through. Ooh! Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the hottest hip-hop show on the net. Live in the cypher, baby. You got my man, Chill Mr. Keep It Real. Ladies love Smooth P. Short Fuse, DJ Late Night, and your man, Storm Norm the General on BKS1Radio.com, where we represent the real hip-hop.
Alright, y'all, you know what it is. Welcome. We up in here, y'all. We back. Another edition.
Yes.
Live in the site for WBKS1.com. Hip Hop Wednesdays. We are in the building. I'm here with my brothers. We're going to introduce ourselves. I'm going to start with my brother to the left of me.
Short Fuse, a.k.a. The Ghost.
And over there talking with his hands on the ones and twos.
DJ Storm Norm the General.
Yes.
Live in the cypher.
Yes.
WBKS1.com.
And your man in the middle, yours truly, the one, the only Smooth P, DJ Smooth P in the building. Chill Mr. Keep It Real. He's out tonight. It is his wedding anniversary, his 8th wedding anniversary. So he is out celebrating with his lovely wife. So definitely want to big them up and congratulate them on that. That's a milestone right there, man. A lot of people don't make it 8 weeks, let alone 8 years. So definitely want to big them up on that, and wish them much blessings. So how is this week going? It's beautiful. It's been beautiful this week, man. It was a little hot and muggy today, but I'll take it.
I like it hot, so I'm good. I love the summer.
Got to bring out the 2 wheels the other day because it's been raining so much that, it's like I needed Noah's Ark to get around, but was able to bring her out the other day. I didn't bring out today because I didn't get out till later. I actually didn't get out till I came to the show today. The Storm, how's your week been going so far, brother?
Good, man, good. Ready for TGI Fridays.
Yeah, man.
We may be doing another spot on a Thursday.
Yeah, man.
At a different location.
Yes.
I'm ready for, I got a DJ at an all-white party this Saturday.
Yes.
Ready for that. And I'm ready for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
4th of July, man, in the city of Plainfield going to be crazy. Starting off with the parade, 10 a.m. in the morning. And then it's going down at 4 p.m. at Cedarbrook Park, man. Yo, it's the 150th anniversary of the city of Plainfield, and they really going to celebrate. They got Melba Moore. Melba Moore. The Force MDs. Legendary Full Force. Viola Sykes. They got the Latin vibe with the La Control Salsa Band.
Yes.
The Burn and the Vintage Soul R&B Funk Band. New Generation Worship Center Gospel Band.
Praise him.
Exodus Supreme Caribbean Band.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be somebody there for everybody,
And
man.
then-
It's gonna be a good time.
Concert DJs.
Yes,
World famous DJ Cheese.
world famous.
DJ Boo King. Yours truly, DJ Storm on the General. And DJ Tactics, man.
DJ Short Fuse gonna get up on there.
Alright?
Y'all gonna have.
He's gonna carry the wire.
Yeah, he's gonna have a couple. He's gonna have like a good hot 10-minute set.
DJ Shortfuse gonna carry the wires,
Y'all keep
some
sleeping.
of the bags.
Y'all know what I'll be practicing.
But definitely, BCast got a lot of things going on. You know how we do, y'all. We also on the 6th, we have the comedy show going down at Mrs. G's on Central Avenue.
Mrs. G's.
Mrs. G's.
428 Central
Central
Avenue.
Avenue, East Orange, New Jersey. So we got a lot of things going on, a lot of things in the pot.
Didn't there used to be a spot called Mr. G's in Plainfield?
It was
On
Mr.
Clinton?
G's. Yeah, down on Clinton Avenue.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Yep.
okay, yeah.
Yep. But this is Mrs. G's.
Mrs. G's. 428.
Yeah, man. So we got a lot going on. But we're here tonight. Got hip hop. We got a special guest calling tonight. We got G Supreme calling in. We're gonna check out what he's doing and listen to some of his latest music he got going on. But you know, right now it is what it is. Live in the Cypher, baby. WBKS1.com. Hip Hop Wednesdays. You know where you get your intellectual hip hop show. That's how we get down, y'all. That's how we get down. So, what we got going on in the news this week? I know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
tell
we
them the
put-
topic, man. Like, what's the discussion?
Oh, I'm
Right down the
I'm
bottom.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Just down the bottom is a picture right there.
This one here.
That's the topic.
All
right.
If you
Okay.
If you click the Facebook thing,
I
it's
got you.
actual topic.
What does the black community have to show for all the rap music they purchase? That is tonight's topic on the Live and the Cypher. So we want you guys
Actually, it's part of the topic.
to chime in on that. And you also can call in. Let me make sure that the phone lines are open. But you can call in at 646
233
1302.
02.
Once again, that's 646
233
1302. So what's your take? What's your feeling on that?
Well, okay. So the actual topic discussion is some think rap music is the cause of the decline of the African American community. What do you say?
No.
A lot of people, and it's funny because when that post, and we'll show that post again. When I saw the post, a lot of people feel as though that rap music contributes to the decline of the African American community, the black community. So, I mean, I'm quite sure all three of us disagree.
Yes. I disagree. I don't think rap music is not the cause of the decline, because rap music is just talking about what they see in the community, what their life, what they've experienced, what they see going on.
He just said it two different ways, though. One, he said is the cause, and then one he said contributes to. Is how we just say. He said it two different ways.
I'm not even saying it contributes. They're just saying what they see. They're saying what they're going through. If they don't rap about it, it's not changing what they see going on in the community. If nobody rapped about killing, you think killing's stopping in the community?
No, but I will.
So what's the cause? The cause is the lack of hope. The cause is the lack of jobs. The cause is poverty. The cause is nobody having opportunities. That's going to be there regardless of whether somebody rapping about it or not rapping about it.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely say I don't think that rap music is the cause of the decline of African American community, but I will say that to some degree, depending on the music, it may contribute to it. Is it absolutely the cause? And say, oh no, the black community is in turmoil because of rap music? Absolutely not, because like there's negative rap music, there's also positive and uplifting music. There's rap music that's gonna make you feel dumb as a rock, and then there's some rap music that's gonna make you intellectually have to break it down and think about it. But I do think that the content shift of rap music has changed a lot over the years. And I think in the shift, the things, I won't say the things that, like, because you're saying people, art imitates life, but I think it's the fact that some of the stuff that's actually glorified, per se, in rap music is part of what's the decline in the black community. I'll say that.
So it's going to be no personal responsibility.
No,
because it's been rap music. It's been rap music forever that talked about drug use. It's been rap music forever that talked about killings. Ever talked about crime. I don't care how many cocaine bars I hear. I'm not going out sniffing no coke.
Well,
I don't care how many bars I hear people talking about drinking lean or anything like that. I'm not drinking lean.
Well, you got to think of the generation, like I said, that we grew up in. The generation now, the generation
even my
now
generation
is a lot more influential.
No,
they are influenced a lot easier.
Anybody
than
15,
we were.
Anybody young is influenced by what they listen to, and we listen to the music that talked about doing stuff too. We didn't do it. If it's in you, it's in you.
Well, you know what? I equate this generation, say going back the last 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. I equate that generation with the same as like the hippie generation, the hippie movement. Even if you go down to the look now, the clothing, just the way that they're more open. Like the newer generation is way more open to do and try things like back in that era. That was a pretty open era. People were doing anything. People were taking all kind of drugs, doing all kind of things, sexually doing anything. So I think it's kind of like they say, everything goes full circle.
But you know, the hippie generation was just a certain sect of society. That wasn't everybody in that generation.
It wasn't everybody.
Just
no,
like the people.
It was a huge movement.
So yeah, but just the people in hip hop who are influenced. That's not every person in that generation is influenced. That's just going to be a small segment. I don't think it's no different now than it is any other time.
Show us the actual post that the gentleman sparked up. I'm gonna mention his name and everything because he was
this one here.
He was trying to go in the post that you.
This here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought it was a different one. Than
All
that.
right. So let's read that again.
It said, what does the black community have to show for all the rap music they purchase?
All right. What's the dude's name?
His name is Mark Anthony Mitchum Sr.
Yeah, Mark Anthony Mitchum Sr. All right. So basically, he was lashing out. He was basically saying we're lost in this and this and that and whatever, and we got a plantation mindset if we think that rap music is doing anything, you know what I'm saying, for the community, you know, basically. And also, I think Penny Wells was agreeing with him, and I'll talk about some of the comments that was made. So my whole thing is that the purchase of rap music, period, has done so much for the culture, which is now basically $1 billion industry.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
And it's making some of the rap artists billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't negate the fact that you got people like Jay-Z that does a lot for charity. He does a lot for got his hand in prison reform now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Meek Mill's got his hand in prison reform now. Chance the Rapper has done a lot. Diddy is basically building a school.
Mm-hmm.
You got other was it Nelly or Ludacris?
I mean,
one
but
of
just
them.
look, are we saying the rap music and the now we're going to we're going to incorporate everything rap and hip hop culture? Because look, I was just reading to you earlier, breakdancing might be an Olympic sport in 2024.
Absolutely.
Come on, no.
It might be.
Like, knock it off.
And they already voted on it, and it's got to go to the next vote, I guess, in 2020. But it could be an Olympic sport.
Well,
they've had it at other world international events where they have people breakdancing.
That's just like hacky sack. I remember hacky sack.
But that goes to show you, like,
I'm sorry,
it's doing a lot for the community.
Jesus.
Because to me, it's giving like you said in your post, you said it employs a lot of people, from the rappers to the producers to, like, say, if they dancers, the backup people, the bands. It gives people hope, which is huge. I think more than giving jobs to somebody is to give somebody hope that they can make it. Because if you take somebody's hope from them, where they feel like they have no option, they have no way out, they have nothing to do, that's like a cornered cat.
And see, I'm glad you said that too, because that was another option. So somebody may have just the only option in their head. They might think, I got to sell drugs. I got to do something illegal. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then they may have a God-given gift, like the ability to be able to put words together and to rhyme and to create songs and everything like that. And that may take them out of the hood or out of a negative situation. So you got to look at it like that. So for someone to say that the purchase of rap music does nothing for our community, I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree. There's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, that's
comments.
a super broad statement. We just have Joanne Esau in the chat at the moment. She say, "Hey, Norm." That's it at the moment. But I think that's a super broad.
It's a big generalized comment
to make.
Yeah, because they say after there's nothing is not. That's
right. Let me read the comment. All right. So Danielle, Miss Didi, Nicole said cops.
Hold on once. We got a call now.
Okay, they can hold on. They can pick it up. They can hold on.
Call from the 770. Please hold.
So cops.
Hold on 1 second. Caller from the 770. Hold on 1 second.
Danielle, Miss Didi, Nicole said cops and unnecessary prison sentence is the cause of the decline in the black community. I kind of agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Call from the 770 station. We call from you live in the cipher.
Peace. Who's this?
This is
My
Smooth.
name is Mark Anthony. I'm the author of the post that the guys are discussing.
Yes, welcome.
Let's talk about it.
Definitely. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Let's talk about it. Hey, I'm just trying to let you guys know. Are you located in Plainfield, New Jersey?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. That's where the station is located.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The reason why I posted it is not so much to denounce rap music. I just wanted to bring out the discussion because commonly we talk about what has the black church done for the black community. We know that that's the leading economic institution in black America. They bring in billions of dollars a year. And so it's been very critical about that. So the pun was, well, and what's going on with rap? One of the things, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I'm a high school teacher, and I'm with inner city students literally 24/7. And one of the things that I've seen is the positive side is real, but we got to look at the total picture. And I can categorically say it's detrimental to the sense. Have you guys heard the speech of Arrested Development? He's put out
absolutely
a 3-point series called The Nigga Factory. So you're familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay. So with that as a backdrop, I don't see how we could, this like money, it's amoral. We have a good use of money, we have a negative use of money. And I'm just saying the same thing with rap. We have a very positive, uplifting rap, but then we have a very detrimental side that I see influencing our teenagers on a daily basis. And my whole thing is, whatever happened to that positive side of rap, whereas right now we glorify money, power, sex. And again, this is not all of rap, so I'm not denigrating all of rap. But I'm saying, how are we going to be responsible for the negative images that are influencing our kids on a daily basis? And that's the only thing I was trying to address. So again, I'm not denouncing that. I'm not denouncing people of Jay-Z and all of those type of characters. But it's interesting that you guys did mention Jay-Z, because if you look at especially part 2 of The Nigga Factory, it talks about a definite shift in rap music is when basically Biggie Smalls and Jay-Z came out and they glorified this gangster rap along with NWA. So it took a definite twist. And again, we're addressing that. Okay, whereas again, we are no other race demystifies their females and objectifies them as we do. No other race glorifies again this gangster rap of the drug dealer, bringing the Biggie Smalls and rap 10 Commandments. No other race, and then the sad part about it is most of the rap is not even sold to us as a community. Most of the profits of that is going to the larger community. And again, where's the real benefits where we're at?
All right.
So again,
let's address you broke down a lot of issues, right? Because you keep saying no other race. You can't say that. That's not true. All right. So even if you look at Italian Americans or whatever, so they've been glorifying the mobster lifestyle and everything. They're making millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars of talking about the mobster lifestyle, Casino, Scarface,
Sopranos,
Goodfellas, all of these, whatever. So they're capitalizing off of it too.
My wife.
So they glorifying that lifestyle. So you cannot say no other race. All right. And then when it comes to the music, all right, you got heavy metal music, right? So how does that contribute to the decline of white America? Does it contribute in a factor, or do people got a choice when they consciously listen to something to say, okay, I'm either going to go left or I'm going to go right? You can't say that rap music and the purchase of rap music, you know, like what is it doing? You said what you said. You said, well, I'm gonna read your post back to you. What did your post say?
I'll go back to it.
Look, your post said, and I'm going to put it up so the people can see it. Your post said what?
Right.
It said, what does the black community have to show for all the rap music they purchase?
We have a lot to show for it, my brother. We have a lot to show for it. Now, with anything, you got people that do the right thing with certain things, and you got people that do the wrong thing with certain things. We have a lot to show. The rap music has actually did more to save our community in some ways than the black church. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. That's the guess. All right, and we got to guess.
I'm looking at this. Mos Def said this. He said, "Hip hop or rap music reflects the state of mind the people are in. What does hip hop rap say about us now? The real question should be: are these artists expressing the real conditions of their environment, or are they creating a false reality based on what is in demand?" And I'm saying categorically, we know that the music industry is basically ran by Jews. We know categorically there was a definite shift where rap started out as positive in the Bronx. We know it was something that spoke truth to power. We know it was something that alleviated gang warfare in the inner city streets. We have KRS-One. We have Public Enemy. We have so many rappers that was on the positive. And I'm saying that these Jews have definitely taken this negative element of rap and they have blown it up. And I can categorically say, as an educator, that type of rap has been detrimental to our community. It again is objectifying our women.
So then you got to put that type of rap. You can't say all rap.
Hold on, let me finish. And has glorified the negative aspects of our community. Now, again, I'm a nobody, but when you got people like Mos Def and other people who are addressing this, I think it is a point of discussion, not to debate. I don't want to be adversarial. I'm saying that again, we have to look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm afraid that we're afraid to call out that which has been, again, promoted, not by us. We're not getting the lion's share of any of this. Again, it's like a pimp game, okay? That we have, again, we have allowed other people to exploit the negative sides of us. And again, I see it in the classrooms.
Okay.
I see it in the hallway.
So
I see it amongst us as people.
So let me ask.
It's almost like subliminal seduction. And we have glorified, again, you look at that, everybody, this thuggism, you know, so we can speak it all day long. It's something that I'm living in our classrooms. And for people who don't really know what's really going on in our high schools, it's a jungle. It's appalling. Like I said, it's almost like 50. It's like Brown versus the Board of Education. We're still separate and unequal. I see. Okay? And again, that is something that we have glorified and is detrimental to us as a people. And that's just straight up true.
All right. So
we're gonna have to wrap it up.
All right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue. We got a quick guess, right? We got a guess. We're gonna talk to our guests. We're gonna play some of the guest music. And then we're going to come back to this discussion because I have a lot to say about what you just said. And we appreciate you, though, because we respect your opinion and we agree to disagree. So thanks for calling in. And just call back because we're going right back to the subject after our guests.
Peace.
All right, peace. Appreciate you calling. Definitely, I'm glad he got a chance to call in.
It's a hot subject.
It
definitely needs to be discussed.
Yes.
Shout out to our guest that's checking in with us, G
Supreme.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait for him to call
back. Yeah, but I have to say I understand where the caller's coming from. Being an educator and I guess having to deal with the kids every day and seeing the effects of it. But I also will say that, you know, as an educator and as a parent, that's where the buffer should come in.
So
like somebody needs to be there to guide the mind and say, hey, look, this is just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? This is not real. You know, I seen a post somebody made before that said these rich rappers send their kids to private schools, but their lyrics send other kids to prison or dead.
So P, what was the excuse 30 years ago before rap? 30-something years ago before rap, with the influx of gangs, with the decline of the black community, with so many ghettos, so many, like, what was the excuse then? See, this is why I'm saying, this is why you got to miss me with the BS about rap music, because we still had these same problems.
Well, you can't just categorize it as rap music. You got to say music in Jones. So if anybody says that music in general is not influential, then they don't know anything about music. Music is very
It's very influential. But what was the excuse before hip hop? Hip hop is still a young music genre. It's still young. All right, it's 30-something years old. It's still very young. So what was the excuse then? Because you had the same problems in the school systems, in the hood, and in the ghettos, whatever like that. You had the same type of issues. Everything just regurgitates itself. Everything is just revamped. So this is why, like, you got to kind of miss me with that. And then the initial post basically saying that what does the purchase of rap music, what does it do for the black? What has it done for the black community? When you say something like that, you really got to look at the whole gist of it. So the people you're talking about, like Mos Def and all these other people that has done positive things, you know, with their dollar, Common, and Jay-Z and Chance and Diddy and a whole host of other people that has done these great things, we sweep that under the rug, and then we get our own that wants to kind of knock down a whole genre. You can't blame a whole genre, music genre, for the fall of the black community. You cannot do that. That's not right.
Okay. All right. I think we have our guest on the line. Said, call it from the 347 station where you calling from. Me live in the cipher.
Peace.
Is this G Supreme?
Of course.
Peace and blessings. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, fam. Welcome.
How you doing? You all right?
We doing great. We doing better now. You're on the line with us tonight. So G Supreme.
Yeah, I was checking out the conversation.
Okay, we apologize.
So you heard the topic.
Yeah.
We'd like to get your thoughts on that discussion too. Then when you get a chance.
Actually, first tell the world a little bit about yourself, and then let's go into the discussion of that, and we're going to go into you also. First, tell the world a little about G Supreme.
Okay, I'm G Supreme.
Yes,
okay,
Supreme.
I see a lot of cats that got their name in variations, but G Supreme. I've been G Supreme since I was a kid. I've been rapping for over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? On stuff, off stuff, underground, been signed to BDP, Boogie Down Production. It got messed up because they killed Scholar Rock.
Oh, wow.
I also dealt with Jam Master Jay for a while, and all that other stuff happened with him. Life is messed up. You know what I'm saying? For other people, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't complain because I'm still here and I'm still doing my thing.
Salute,
you know what I'm saying? AKA Dre Parker, but I'm not the Karate Kid. That's my real name. my government name. I done stand-up comedy, entertainment, all that stuff, but I've been rapping in hip hop since I was like 12 years old. So that's what I really do.
Salute. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody, because when I first seen your picture, I was like, yo, my man looked just like Chuck D. Has anybody ever said you look like Chuck D before?
Wow, Chuck D. I never really got that. Yeah. I do an impression of Chuck D. So really? I think that's what's funny.
Okay. When I seen your promo picture, I said to my man, I said to one other host, I said, "Yo, he looked just like Chuck D." He said, "You know what? He does look like Chuck D."
I used to get mini 50.
Mini 50. We'll take that. So, G Supreme, like I said, you heard a little bit about what we were speaking upon. Chime in on that a little bit about what you think about the topic.
Okay, now I'm looking at y'all right now. Oh, who's the brother that's by himself?
DJ that stormed on the Journal, the one with the BKS on. I'm Smooth P, and sitting next to me, this is Short Fuse Ghost.
What's up, G Supreme? This is DJ Storm Norm. What's good, man?
What's Storm Norm? Okay, Storm Norm. But then you and the brother by yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel the brother's pain, man. I feel his frustration, man. I'm telling you, word is bond. I feel, but I understand what all y'all saying, but I feel this brother's frustration because that's me. I kind of want to tell you the raw way, and you're telling it a way where y'all understand that everybody don't get it.
Right.
The two brothers over there, y'all telling it like y'all understand that everybody don't get it, and the brother over here is doing it like me, like y'all supposed to get it. If you don't get it, shut up. If you don't understand where hip hop's supposed to be, stop coming in there with your little, we want to change it to this, and you're doing what's hot to y'all is what the powers that be is telling them what's hot, these cats out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The powers that be is telling them this is hot, so they start mimicking that. So you get a mimic of a mimic of a mimic. Now you got some candy, popcorn, peanut, toy MCs.
Exactly.
I'm quoting from my man or Kumo D back in the days. Now you got this little popcorn stuff coming out there. All right, so I understand people want to be artists. I don't got nothing against that. But they have them looking at the wrong stuff to pick up what hip-hop's supposed to be.
Right.
They should have trap music, gangster rap, mumble rap, all that stuff is that, and hip-hop is hip-hop.
Yeah.
Stop calling that stuff hip-hop.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we've been
You
saying
can't
that
get
for
rid of
years.
music. You can't destroy it once it's created.
Yeah.
It's like matter. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is put it in this categories, and what that brother said right there is like, let them know it's fake. Let them know it's drama. Let them know. Stop saying keep it real while you making stuff up. Excuse my language. While you making stuff up, stop saying keep it real at the same time.
No,
because you're not keeping it real. It's like The Sopranos. It's like make-believe. So let them know it's make-believe. And stop saying keep it real. Hip-hop is real.
Yeah.
You don't supposed to talk make-believe stuff. We have metaphors and verbs, but we don't lie. And if it's a story, we telling you, like Slick Rick will tell you, it's a story he telling. He tell you. He told the kid in the video, this is a story. Here we go.
Yeah,
he ain't saying this really happened to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And cats be talking gangster, but I understand some of these cats been through this. But then they got these cats that ain't never been through this. You telling somebody else's story.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the problem. So like you would think a person like me ain't feeling MOP, but I'm feeling that Annie Up song. I'm gonna tell you what I feel about that song. That's poor brothers telling you stop getting rich and coming in our neighborhood and not offering us and helping us out and thinking you just going to be able to skate through there like that.
You're going to get a pass.
That's like going to Africa with a starving part of Africa,
Right.
with big meals and telling them not to bother you, and they starving.
Right.
So I get that. So when it's real, I get it. But when it's that make-believe stuff, and you glorifying violence for no reason, you won't never say, I'll shoot a Klansman, I'll kill a racist, but you go, I'll shoot a nigga, I'll kill a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I don't like about it. You always talking about killing each other, and you calling them niggas at the same time.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of MC Gustos out here.
Yeah, there's some people, I don't know how spiritual y'all are, but there's some ancestors rolling over in their graves like, y'all using the word that the last thing we heard when we got lynched,
Wow.
when we got murdered, and we got slaughtered, y'all using that as a term of what?
Yeah.
So when I start calling you, want to call you a bitch, and you a dude, and I can say, that's a term of endearment. Will you accept that now?
Wow.
Right.
Remember the Dave Chappelle era?
Yeah.
It was happening. It was starting to happen. They were looking to us up, bitch. I'm with James, bitch, talking to dudes.
Yeah.
So we got to be careful. Rap is influential. We changed the world with that. So
That's
you
a
got to
fact.
watch what you doing.
No doubt.
Art is not supposed to be easy where you can say whatever you want to do. No, art is formed. You have to make sure you see what you're saying, and that's what makes it art. But if you can just say anything you want, that's just no filter. That's not art.
So let me ask you this, G-Supreme. When you when you
So
hear
you don't have to say the dash. I'm saying that's how you spell it. You don't have to say it.
I'm just saying, because listen, some people are serious about their name, bro.
I love it. He said you got to say the
That's how you
dash.
spell it. I get it. That's cool.
I hate when they call me DJ Storm and Norman. That's not my name. It's DJ Storm Norm the General. So I get you. But nah, real talk. Like, so when you hear everything we hearing on the radio now, why you think positive messages in hip hop don't get the love that it should, and a lot of this garbage get all the love in the world?
Because the powers that be want that out there. You know, I'm gonna say now. I hope nobody don't get offended by this, but a lot of rappers out there now not really got high IQs, and they picking those people on purpose because it's easy to control them. Now, once you're a rapper and you become like 35 or 40, you smart. Mm-hmm. They don't want you because they can't get you with no stupid deal because you're too intelligent. So now we need to do you like Menudo and get rid of those people like they do at a regular job and hire some new people so we can pay them less and give them less.
True indeed.
That's what that's all about.
Well, I never thought about that. In corporate America the same way.
Nah, true indeed, man. So
that's what that's about.
So real quick, man, tell us a little bit about this project and some of this music that I'm about to play, because I'm anxious right now just to hear some real hip hop and everything. I've been reading up on you and everything, and I was like, yo, I can't wait to talk to my brother, because you seem like you embody the essence of hip hop, and I feel that.
People keep telling me that, and I guess that's true, you know, because that's what I think. I don't think you need to sound like you in the 80s and 90s, but you need to take that element and keep that. Yeah. It's like I tell people, listen, it's like if you make a sweet potato pie, right? You can do it different. You can put cinnamon on it if you want. Some people might even put a little egg white in it and stuff. But if you take away the pie and the sweet potato, it's not sweet potato pie no more.
That's so fact.
Certain elements you take away from hip hop, if you take that away, it's not hip hop no more. So I want to ask you, I don't know what you got of mine to describe to you, you know, what you got.
Okay, we got 4 songs sent over. Still Fire, Hold Your Own, What You Spittin', and I hope I don't pronounce this wrong. Sit Your Ass Down.
Okay, Sit Your Ass Down is from the new album coming out. The last 3 you said is from my album from last year.
Okay.
Or you think that's lyrics you spit?
Okay.
I got What You Spittin'.
Sit Your Ass Down is from my new album I'm about to release at the end of August, and nobody knows the title of it, but I'm giving y'all an exclusive today.
Okay.
The title of the album is Last of the Gods.
Okay.
So you know what my album is about.
Salute. Okay, so we're gonna get into this a little bit. So tell us a little bit about the new project that you got coming out. Like I said, you named it. You just said it. What did you say it is again? Of the Gods?
Last of the Gods.
Last of the Gods. I like that. So tell us a little bit about some of the tracks that's going to be on. Actually, first of all, do you have any features? Let me ask you that. Do you do features?
Features, okay. I got a remix I'm doing that I did. I did a song with MC Shan a few years ago.
Okay.
And I didn't like the way I did the track because I didn't have my equipment ready and I was moving and all that stuff. So I'm doing the remix of it. So I'm putting that on there.
Okay.
So it's going to be the me, MC Shan, and I got my man Victor Boom Baptist,
okay,
aka Mr. X. I drink Old Gold from back in the day. Yeah. So that's my man. We grew up together since he was like 12 years old. We was in junior high school together.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I got him, and I got my man Image from Brooklyn. My man, you know, I knew him since like 1999. You know, he half black, half Hispanic brother with the skills, with the quick skills, and shout out to Image.
Nice.
Salute. So let me ask you a little bit about, you know, before we get into music, because Storm Norman's loading a couple of joints up. You said you had a couple of situations back in the day with, you know, Boogie Down Productions, something with Diddy. So tell us a little bit about some of the trials and tribulations coming up. You know, you're still here strong, so we can't count you out. But tell us a little bit about the, you know, the way to pave to where you at now.
Well, it's like if you believe in like that fictional time travel stuff, it's like somebody went back in time and altered my path because I was supposed to be with KRS-One in them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a 4-track. I was one of these cats where I did whatever I had to do to make music.
Okay.
And I had a 4-track. Right, and I was a teenager back in the day, so I had a 4-track. So I put together my whole album on a 4-track. You can imagine what it sounded like because I ain't had no real equipment. But when I took it to Bill Camara and Bill was like, yo, man, I hear that you don't got no equipment, but I hear some stuff here. He said, but I got to let somebody else hear it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, so he told us to come back. We came back on a Saturday, and you know, then KRS-One and Scott LaRock walked up, and they had out South Bronx.
Yeah.
That's the only one they had out. And they had just finished the album, so Bill let us hear the album. And we was like, wow, the album is dope. So they came upstairs, make a long story short, they had heard our stuff, and all they needed now was for me to spit live in front of KRS-One so he could see if I really had, and I had to spit in front of him. And then when I spit, Bill handed me the contract, boom, and that's how I got signed with them. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they were supposed to produce us. We were supposed to be with Boogie Down Production. And, you know, unfortunately, that's happened to Scott LaRock, and that messed up everything. You know what I mean? So everything, he was supposed to be my producer.
Wow.
So that messed up everything, and, you know, but that told me right there that I got what it takes.
Yeah.
So that's why I never stopped. And I always feel like rap, hip-hop and stuff, that's like anything else, any music. You don't tell Stevie Wonder to stop singing because he old,
True.
Or he older, or he not young. You know, you don't tell these artists that they stop. You stop when you can't do it no more. And that's what hip-hop is supposed to be. Yeah. When you can't do it, that's when it's over for you.
But you know what?
That's what it's supposed to be.
It's kind of crazy you said that because we actually are the only genre of music that people look at your age and say, "Oh, you too old to be rapping," or "Why are you still rapping?" You know, like you said, they don't tell that. They don't tell that to jazz. They don't tell that to R&B. They don't tell that to heavy metal. Like you still got Metallica and all them jokers. They still selling out concerts. And what they like,
you know what I'm saying?
What, 70?
Keith Richards is dead, and he's still performing.
Exactly. You know, you got Kiss. Like you don't hear that with any other genre. We're the only one that is always some kind of stigma behind our music to some degree. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody saying something about our music, you know, about what we should do, what we shouldn't do. I don't know what's going on in the studio right now. But you know, we got to get past that as a genre of music.
Yeah, we start getting a little knowledgeable, and they want to get rid of us now because we know about them contracts. No, they want to get rid of us now. Mm-hmm. They don't want you. When you start getting smart, they don't want you now.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Storm. Storm, which one of the joints you got on deck first for us? You said
we're gonna rock that Hold Your Own.
We're gonna rock Hold Your Own. So go ahead and lead that in for us, G Supreme.
Oh, hold your own. That's like me figuring out, like, you know, when I was trying to put that album together. Like every time you try to get people to do stuff with you, people you know for a long time, and you know they're not gonna have your back. The people that you think have your back ain't gonna have your back.
Wow,
man,
you
say
know,
that
so
again.
You gotta hold your own. You gotta hold your own. You'd be surprised who got your back. It's not always the people that you think. That's what I be saying. So it's like hold your own. Worry about how you gonna do it, and you don't always have to have people with you doing it.
Salute. All right, y'all. You heard it here, right here. First, G Supreme, live in the Cypher, BCast from Radio. We about to hear Hold Your Own, DJ Storm on the Jones. Let's go.
Yo, once again, I have arrived through my music with positive vibes to be inspired. You can use it. I fuse it with thoughts of intelligence. Skip the irrelevance, cause anything else will be negligent. You gotta go for what you know like you knew it. Strap on your brain pack and just do it. Bring the bowl out, I never sold out. And even when it's cold out, I never hesitate to roll out. No doubt, I'm that dude that spit the lyrics for the people, not the masses. Think about it, asses. Battle like a classic boxing flick. Get your ass ripped, sat on the strip, kicking rocks and shit. You scavenger your rap styles of distortion. If it was Star Wars, you'd be worth one portion. I never backtrack, and negativity relax. The way the whack act, you never would believe he black. Rebooting hip-hop, ignoring rap, cause we ban it. The hot mess is not canon, a reasonable facsimile, cause it ain't real. Extraordinary mental men know the deal. Word is born, is she supreme, an incredible being from Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn and Queens. I'm unsung, but never forgotten. Let it be told. On to the next episode. Word is born, is she supreme, an incredible being from Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn and Queens. I'm unsung, but never forgotten. Let it be told. On to the next episode. Training the hard way, the spar way. Who playing? Ascending, like I was a saying. No delaying, I ain't gonna stop. Next level, sensei. Extraordinary, mental, didn't say. Jumping over obstacles instead of hitting shit. Collect the 7 spheres and get your wish you still miss. You the greatest gift, now where I exist. You drop the negative lyrics while I'm lifting it. I hit the spot, yo, just check the bravado. Been able to rock shows way before Serato. You got no reason to be killing your own people, but anything shit I walk. Psycho vest, shorty you just 1,000%, nothing less. Hope I don't need a bulletproof vest. Don't take it in too fast, you might cause an overload and explode. 76543, son, word is born, I'm G Supreme, an incredible being from Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn and Queens. I'm unsung, but never forgotten. Let it be told. On to the next episode. Word is born, is G Supreme, an incredible being from Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn and Queens. I'm unsung, but never forgotten. Let it be told. On to the next episode.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes. Yeah, that takes me back to that boom bap era. That's like the real essence of hip hop.
Yes, that's me. Like they have to have that boom bap. Or you know, sometimes you do boom bap or boom bap.
Yeah, man, I was feeling that. I was
Yeah.
feeling that, man. I'm gonna run that joint, definitely.
All right, thanks. Good looking out.
So, man, see, I always love when we have guests on who come from our era because we get to hear new music like that, and I definitely feel like that boom bap feel is missing in the newer artists. I don't even think that they even understand like the.
They don't.
You know, just that is hip hop in itself. That boom bap is hip hop. Who did the production on that for you?
I did.
So you do production also.
Exactly.
So your new project
that's why I call myself That's why I call myself hip hop.
Wow.
I know that this might be something I say that seems a little harsh. I think if you only know how to do one thing, you're not really hip hop. You're just. If you only know how to rap, you're just a rapper.
Wow.
If you only know how to DJ, you a DJ. If you only know how to break dance, you're a break dancer.
Wow.
But if you can do more than one, you're starting to get into you're a hip hop artist.
Wow. I like that because you know it's funny you said that because I say that a lot myself. Like the essence of hip hop is all the elements. If you're only into one of the elements, then are you really hip hop? Or are you a piece of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because
you're part. Yeah, you're part. You're not actually a hip hop artist, but you're part of hip hop.
Because it is funny because I think the older artists, you know, and coming up in that era, like we embraced that. Like I said, you know, Storm Norm's a DJ. I'm a DJ. Storm Norm, you know, he can MC. He used to MC. I can MC. I used to MC. I don't know if we used to break dance or not, but I know I used to break dance. I used to do graffiti. So like I was embedded into hip hop, the culture. So I love the culture of hip hop because it was a lifestyle, and it's still a lifestyle. But I think it's just changed so much over the years. How do you think that we get the newer artists back to that, in your opinion?
You have to let them hear what it should sound like, and not be so harsh on them. Like I hear a lot of artists that just come straight out and just call them garbage and stupid. And I'll be like, yo, you can't talk to nobody like that and expect them to listen to you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of explain to them, like, you know, like the old jazz artists and the old blues artists explain to us.
Yes.
You know, they explain it to us. That's why I love, like, I love me some B.B. King and all that stuff, because the way they speak to you, they kind of tell you what it is without calling you stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying none of them ain't stupid.
Now,
but, you know, they took the art form and made it something stupid. They have to understand what it actually is, because some of them are very good at hearing something and kind of getting it into it. So that's what they're doing with the stuff that they're doing. Now, the kind of change the subject a tiny bit, what they've done is went back to primitive hip-hop. If you listen to what they're doing, it's more like Planet Rock stuff.
Yes.
When we didn't have it all figured out, when we didn't have all our beats, and we didn't know how to work beat machines right, that's what it sounds like. So they've dumbed them down back down to the primitive form of hip hop, and they're supposed to be past that already. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be more when we write what we supposed to write, what we feel. We spit like we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Not, okay, I talk like I'm speaking to you now, but when I get on the mic, I'm talking about gangsters and murdering, but I'm talking to you in an educated way. But then when I get on the mic, I'm different. That's not hip hop.
That's a fact.
True,
All right,
well said.
We about to run one more of your joints. But which one we got up
We're gonna
next?
run Still Fire.
Still Fire. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Oh, Still Fire is. I got tired of people telling me that when we were just talking about like how old you are. You know, once you're over 40, you know, you're not really. You got to stop rapping. I think Wendy Williams said something stupid like that before, and I was like, that's really disrespectful. And she like 50 and she's still in the business. So I'm saying like you can't tell people because they're a certain age they should stop. So that's why I made Still Fire, and I wanted to spit more than 16 bars because people always tell you spit 16. And I'm like, that's not how we spit back in the day. We spit how many it fit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, so we about to run this drum right now. Still Fire, still on the drill. Let's get you live on the site for WBCast1.com Hip Hop Wednesdays. Let's go.
Should or gonna be. When I attack, you can watch a veteran destroy. Them cats snack, I'm better than your boy. I don't care if you think about attacking the packs, cause I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Like Bernie Mac, fire's a rapid oxidation and caption, causing heat, light, and various reactions. I'm that student that walked and joked and turned the class. Fuck the heat and smoke, I would actually burn your ass. My intellect puts me in the ill spot. Even in water, I turn the steam, I'm still hot. My mother was fire, my brother was fire, my father was fire. That's why I can't be beat. I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Still fire. I got the heat. Still fire. The way I still spit heat, so to make believe rappers just take a seat. That's why my eyes are closed, cause the heat I just read will probably see in your clothes. Face burnt or stood it out, H2O can't put it out, no doubt. Next time you leave me alone, before I melt the ground and burn up the throne. Yo, I got that fire that'll sweep the streets, and my style is refined to complete the elite. So don't sleep, cause everything in this world ain't sweet. You gotta keep the torch lit, so you can clearly see. In other words, watch how you talk, watch how you sway, cause life is like a lava walk. This ain't no tiptoe through the two lips, ain't nothing to screw with. To wind up, too proper, speak with blue lips. Shining on the dark is what I do, I thought you knew. In the deepest corner, find a spark, who are you? You gotta be great, no, you gotta be greater. Superhero landing, causing greats and craters. I'm the ground shaking, the earth quaking. Your word is born, yo, thanks to the gods, sustain awaken. I stand out like an ill flyer, and never retreat, and probably never retire. I got the heat, I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I got the heat, I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I got the heat, I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Hot as you ever meet. I got the heat, I'm still fire. I'm burning like a stack of tires. Still fire. I got the heat.
Oh man, yes. Supreme, I like that. I can see that in the truck right now. I can see that in the truck right now when I leave up out of here. I like that. So,
all right, thanks.
So we're gonna run the joint off for your new album. And what's the name of that one? Sitcho.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about
this one. Is kind of funny.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was feeling the funny mood. Like I was watching like Martin. And at the end, at one of these Martin things, Martin was like at the unemployment office, and he was like making noise, and this dude stood up. He's like, "Man, sit your ass down."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I feel like saying to some of these rappers, because they grown ass men making a bunch of noise, and ain't nobody really trying to hear that right now. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm gonna write a song about it. Man, sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard it right here.
Sit your
ass down. Let's get it.
Stop. They don't know what they talking about when they shouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm talking about? Man, sit your ass down. Stop wearing tight clothes with a belly. Stop starting fights in the deli. Stop saying Chris lost the Nelly. Stop making excuses for R. Kelly. Stop acting like a buffoon. Stop saying they ain't go to the moon. Cause you don't really know if they went or not and song. Stop telling me not to judge while you're judging me, that's wrong. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Stop dissing teachers in school. Respect your elderly's fool. If you think about it and you do things right, you might just get there too. Stop doing shit that's lethal. Stop calling cops on black people. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I ain't got time to teach you. Stop saying that the world is flat. Stop trying to bring races back. You must not have nothing better to do, so you chose to say something whack. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Stop picking up guns and drugs. Stop calling yourself thug, son. Between the boss and the thug, the boss is the boss and the thug is a stupid one. Stop taking your ass to jail. Stop looking at me for bail. Learn how to talk to free people because that's when you always fail. Stop saying that Trump ain't whack. Stop wearing that MAGA hat. If America was so damn great, then where the equality at? Stop acting like gender's dead. Stop getting mad cause I said it. If there's no man and there's no woman, then where the hell are we headed? Stop saying ignorance is cool. Stop calling Reverend Al a fool. They ain't like Martin or Malcolm X when they was alive. Let me tell that to you. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Stop acting like a dead fool. No, being stupid ain't cool. Stop saying you're a millennial and you're born in 82. Why you standing up?
I like it.
Love it. Yeah.
Wow.
And see, the way that song go, I can even say something on that song and you would agree with it, and you could tell me, man, sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying?
Which that works both ways, right? well, G Supreme, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. Actually, before we let you go, we want you to shout out all of your social medias and how they can get your music, any shows you might have coming up, and let them know again when that new album is supposed to be dropping.
You can check me out on Facebook at G Supreme 1. Facebook.com/G Supreme 1, and you can check me out on DreParker.com. That's my site. I got all my songs on there. Just DREParker.com, right? And shout out to Image. Shout out to Mr. X, aka Victor Boom Baptist. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my wife Melissa. I couldn't do none of this stuff without my wife, man. My wife is like the best wife in the world. If you don't got a wife like my wife, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to y'all, man, for still having real hip hop and real thoughts, man. Y'all brothers, y'all got it. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you, man. We definitely appreciate you. And anytime, when you got your next project, hit us up, man. And if you're in the area, we can bring you in and do a live in studio. We have more fun in the studio.
All right, that sounds good. Just look out for my album, Last of the Gods. It's going to be dropping around September.
All right,
will do, man.
We appreciate you calling, man. Peace.
Salute.
Peace.
Once again, give it up for G Supreme.
Yes. It's always good when you hear good hip hop, man.
Yes, man. And y'all know me. I'm a sucker for the old school hip hop feel. That's just me. I'm a sucker for it. But it is what it is. And like I said, we back up. We were discussing. If you're just joining us, we were talking about what does the black community have to show for all the rap music they purchased. That was part of the topic of the night.
Yeah, who posted that again? Shout out
that
to
was
the teacher
posted by Mark Anthony Mitchum Sr. He actually called in earlier and gave pretty much his
you could call back
his view on why he created the post.
We're gonna agree to disagree tonight.
Always, we always agree to disagree. That's why we have this. This is intelligent hip hop right here. I'm going to a little bit of hip hop news. Okay, well maybe not. Let me go get this caller first. Let me go back to the double shot. It's a hot topic. All right, caller from the 201 state name. We're calling from you live in the cipher.
Hey, Smooth P. Hey, Uncle. Hey, new co-host that I haven't met yet.
That's sure. We call him the Ghost.
How y'all doing?
He been around 11 years. He ain't new. How you doing?
I know. I'm backed up. I'm the one that gotta catch up. I gotta. It's my fault. I gotta.
Nah, it's all good. I'm glad he take the news title. I'm cool.
How you doing? That what's on your mind tonight?
He know the whole family. He just don't know who you are.
Okay. I want to talk about this whole comment that this educator, I'm not going to take his position of his job away from him, that he made in regards to, music and the kids and its influence on the kids. Okay, I've been hearing that since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like old, because I'm not old, but I've been hearing that since I was a kid.
Okay.
And I'm tired of hearing it as an excuse. I have children, and there's no way that I'm going to let something that they listen to influence them to do some BS. I love music. Like, music was introduced, the turntables that y'all are looking at,
right?
It was probably records then. It goes all the way back there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So music is a big part of my life. So I can't sit here and say Cardi B is not necessary. Cardi B is very necessary. I'm a very educated woman, and I'm a big Cardi B fan. She's necessary because music says the things that we can't say.
True indeed.
That's a fact.
See, I think, and Nisi, real quick, I think you got to have a balance. So you got to have your Cardi B's, you got to have your Chance the Rappers, you got to have your Kendrick Lamars, you got to have your Meek Mills. It's all a balance. So I agree with you.
Right, it is about gangster music is necessary because someday that's just how you feel that day. Like, it's an expression of feeling. That's what music is. And the artists that are positive, they're expressing their positive side, and they even have, it may be positive controversy, so it can still be controversial, but they say it in a positive way. They may not use the same language or the same terms, but they're still expressing themselves about that matter in the same way. And then you have your gangsters, and I appreciate them as well because I'm a big T.I. fan, and Tupac is my favorite rapper, always will be.
Mm-hmm.
You have to appreciate your gangsters because they give you that balance of life. You need street smarts and you need book smarts. You can't be book smart and not street smart because you're not going to survive, and you can't be street smart and not book smart. You need both. So the gangsters are necessary.
And you have to know the difference. Right. And you have to know the difference between fact and fiction.
Yes.
That's very important.
And it has to make sense.
But see, like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you listen to half of the crap that they say now, you can't even make sense of what they're saying, which is how you know that what they're saying is garbage because you don't even know what they're saying. You got to figure it out.
But see, this is the thing. This is the thing you gotta realize though. See, we don't understand. The younger generation do. It's a coded language that they understand fluently. That's just like the era, like I said, we could say when we was coming up, we came up in the beginning era of hip hop, and our parents called it noise, and they didn't understand it.
Your ears are not made for it.
But we understood it. So that's the thing you got to realize, that we look at and listen to the stuff like, what did they just say? But these kids could break it down to you and say, oh, they mean such. It's an actual coded language. You know what I'm saying? It's just we don't know the code.
It's one song. Like I monitor music. Yes, I do. If you like the artist, like my son will come in here and play Lenny Williams one day, and then one day he'll play Biggie. And he's only 18. He wasn't even alive when neither one of them were born. But I introduced him to that type of music. So even when they play the new music that's on now, I monitor what they're saying. And I'm like, okay, well, what is he saying? Like that song where they say, all my friends are dead, push me to the edge. And I'm like, well, that sounds like he's telling you to commit suicide.
Exactly.
Like, what does that mean? And he's like, oh, he's talking about money. I said, well, in my head, he's talking about committing suicide, so we can't listen to that song. And they don't listen to it. So it's not just the music; it's also the appearances.
Exactly.
So here's the other question. I'm glad we got you on the phone because I'm gonna ask you this question, which sparked this whole conversation. So the educator and the one that made the initial post basically said, what did the purchase of rap music
all rap music
of all rap music? Let's read it.
You said, what does the black community have to show for all the rap music they purchased?
What does the black community have to show for all the black music,
for all the rap music
that they purchased?
That we support intellect, because you got to have some type of intellect to be able to put all those words together to a beat. I can't do it.
All right, so what has the purchase of rap music done for the black community? Has it done anything for the black community?
It's done a lot for the black community. It kept half of the rappers that are rapping out of jail for a period of time before they went back in. It showed that poetry is acceptable in any shape, form, or fashion, because that's what that is. That's poetry.
It's expression, exactly.
Right. So it shows that, okay, I may not be able to express my feelings this way, but I can express my feelings, another way. And so the little boy, he's going to go get his little composition notebook and a pen or a pencil and sit down and write how he's feeling on a piece of paper. Now he may go sit it, go talk to his friends about it, like, oh, I wrote this rap, how it sound, and now it comes out to be a song. So it teaches the black community how to express themselves in ways besides singing, because everybody can't sing. Everybody can't play basketball. Everybody can't play football. But if you could get a pen and a piece of paper and write your thoughts down and make a song out of it, it actually shows the black community that we're smarter than they want us to think that we are.
Right.
So those little kids that's in there running around acting a fool, get them a pen and a book and tell them to sit down and write while they acting a fool. Because all they doing is acting out. And it's really a cry for help. And everybody, instead of actually sitting down and looking at that side, they just want to keep labelizing them and saying, oh, they got issues, or they have behavior issues, or they have, and they hear that at home, they hear that at school, but nobody's actually saying, okay, since y'all like this type of music so much, I'm going to put this beat on, and y'all sit here and write me an educational rap. That's what I did in school. I don't understand what happened to English. They don't have English anymore where you write.
Well,
no one's right, and that's what rap is, right? So
they don't want kids to learn how to do cursive.
I can't even write no more.
I think they just put that back into some schools.
Ask me to write in cursive. I can't write cursive no more. I had to sign my name. I just signed a J, and I'm just a straight line.
Wow.
I can't sign my name.
No, I write in cursive because it's easier. It's faster.
I print. I can't write cursive at all.
But you know what? I never even really, I used to think about like why they do that. I never really dissected until we have this conversation right now. Mm-hmm. The reason I guess writing isn't as important anymore is because it's going to be obsolete pretty soon.
Technology,
because everything electronically. You don't sign that anymore.
Exactly. So do you really need to know how to write? All you need to know is the letters. You need to know the keyboard, but do you physically? I used to drive me nuts. I'm like, why are they not teaching these kids how to write cursive?
I say this to everybody, right? So let me tell you something, and I know it sounds crazy, but when we experienced Hurricane Sandy, and we was down without power for a minute,
tech,
and we didn't have the technology, the access to computers, almost didn't have the access to phones, basically, or nothing like
sit
that.
In the car to charge your phone.
Your survival instincts kicked in, and then you had to go back to basics.
Exactly.
With a lot of situations. Right. So this is why it's important to know basics. To know basics.
Exactly.
How to write.
Exactly.
How to start a fire. How to do this. How to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, though.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna die. Y'all gotta start a fire.
But basics. Real talk.
These kids don't even know how to fill out a withdrawal or a deposit slip.
Yeah.
Like, I had to literally take my kids and say, okay, this is what you do. Because they're not teaching them that. They don't even teach them how to address the envelope.
Well, honestly, at one of my banks, not to cut you off, at one of my banks, they've gone paperless. You don't fill out slips anymore. You just put your account, number or your social security number. I don't even have to put it in anymore.
But soon you can have banks without tellers, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
Everything will be done through ATMs.
It's still necessary to know.
I agree. I think and we're shifted another way, but I've said this a long time. I think technology is actually making us dumber. Because it keeps us from having to think about anything.
I agree.
It's like you don't use your own brain. Like,
right.
You want me to add this up myself? You want me to subtract this? Like, really? Like, there's kids that can't do simple addition and subtraction because they've always done it on their phone or a calculator or something to that effect. Like, technology is making us real stupid.
And even us older ones that adapted to the newer technology, we lost some of the skill sets that we have because we don't use it. We don't. You know what they say?
You use it or lose it. Yeah, that's a fact.
Right. No, I still write. This is I teach my kids that like writing is important. So when I used to go to my son's school and do like little seminars or just have an assembly talk to the young kids because he goes to Shabbat. that's an inner city school. So when people always say inner city schools are bad, no. First of all, these are children. No matter how grown they think they are children. So they're still learning. Their brain is still forming. So if you keep telling the child, you don't listen, what you think they're going to do?
Not listen.
True indeed.
If you keep telling them you can't read, you think they're going to read?
Nope. You stupid.
So
you bad.
You can't,
all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as an educator, yes, the music, okay, this music that they're singing about now, this is what these little boys are doing. I'm sorry. There are some little boys that are 16, 17 that have to go outside and trap to make sure that their family can eat, because crack is still, I said, wow, people still do.
Yeah.
I said, people still do crack.
Yeah, they actually do.
Now,
It was like, it didn't go away. So knowing that you have this, so that cycle has never changed. So we can't be upset because the cycle didn't change and they're still rapping about it. And NWA started NWA because they just got tired of the cops.
But see, you know what? Again, going back to the initial topic with what did the purchase of rap music do for the black community, whatever, there you go right there, because it created more options again.
Yeah,
it created more options. So if you was thinking about selling crack or drugs to take care of your family, and then you had a skill set that can make you thousands to millions of dollars, and you decided to choose the skill set, and then once you made those thousands and millions of dollars, you decided to say, hey, let me go back and give to my community or whatever like that, so they don't have to even think about that other option that I was going to think about. Yeah. And some rappers do that.
Exactly.
Not saying all of them do, but some they do that. Yeah. So you can't say that the purchase of rap music never did anything for the black community, because it has in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And now they ain't even purchasing music; they're using it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
but thanks for calling in,
They're not even buying
Niecy.
it no more. They just watching it on YouTube.
Thanks for calling in,
We
Niecy.
appreciate you as always. Your point of views.
You guys on tomorrow, right?
Yes.
We'll be on tomorrow. Yes, we will.
I gotta try to get to Piscataway. I'm gonna surprise you one day and just pop up on you.
Okay. All
I
right.
gotta get there.
Yep, you'll have fun. You'll have a lot of fun. Trust me.
All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
All right, good night.
All right, good night.
I think it's calling back.
Akeem Spears. Yeah, let's take this call.
Call from the 770-6 we call from you live in the cipher.
Peace. Mark Anthony coming back on the live.
Yes. Welcome back.
What's up,
back.
Mark Anthony?
So have you been following the show still after you hung up, Mark Anthony? Hello? I think you got his computer on the back. Turn off your computer in the background.
Yeah, turn off your...
And it's been real positive.
Yes.
I was going to say, yes, we can hear you now. I was going to say, have you heard some of the feedback, and what is your feedback to what you've heard so far?
Well, I really appreciated what. Hold on, let me pull this back up. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I really appreciated what G Supreme was really talking about, and hold on, let me do this real quick. Yeah, I really appreciate what he was talking about, because, and I think you guys will adhere to what he said. We have really a lot of artists who really aren't hip hop artists. I mean, I graduated from Plainfield High School in 1978.
Okay.
I'm from Newark, New Jersey, so I'm not in any way denigrating rap. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this. Typically, what is the prerequisite for a poppin' song nowadays is what? Someone probably black must be murdered for the slightest confrontation. Somebody probably black must have sex with somebody else's probably black significant other. Somebody probably black must steal somebody probably black money or property. Somebody probably black must avoid any healthy or constructive method of gaining a livable income. Somebody probably black must be completely intoxicated at all times and under no circumstances is sobriety acceptable favor. Now, who's decided this was the best kind of music black people should be making and promoting?
Are we saying that's Are you saying that's the hit songs now?
No, I'm just saying, again, that's an overall genre. And what G Supreme was saying is, again, you have real hip-hop. You have real people identifying with real issues. And then you have a whole genre, which is basically being promoted now, that's dealing with the things that I just not discussed. It's a bunch of negativity. That's all I'm saying. Now, I appreciated what the sister
But
said
are we saying that all hip hop is doing this? Or are we just picking on a certain? Or are you saying it's picking on a certain culture part? Because I want you to just restate what you just said. Like, these are the makings of a hit song, and you listed these are the only hit songs that has to incorporate these topics.
No, not at all. I'm saying that the majority of what we have right now, and again, you want to ask what's my reference? Again, if you guys haven't seen it, please go see. You can pull it up right now. A Nigga Factory. Okay. Again, we're not. It's just I said it before. To me, hip hop is amoral. It could be used for good. It could be used for evil.
Like anything. Like anything.
Just like money. Money could be used for good. Money could be used for evil. Right. We're talking about the negative aspects, and I think G Supreme. He was very, he was very good at again describing a lot of what we have now. It's not even real hip hop, let alone I'm rapping. And I'm saying, and so that's the element that I'm dealing with. He was critical of that element, and I'm critical of the element. I'm not categorizing all of hip hop is that, but I'm saying a lot of the stuff that's popping now, a lot of the stuff that my students have been influenced by, and I see it. Like I said, the sad part about what's going on in our inner city high schools. Again, I'm an inner city educator. I'm gonna be like that to the day I'm die. But I got to report from the front lines what is really going on behind the scenes. And I'm saying it's like subliminal seduction. These kids are embodying this. They are killing one another. They're gangbanging. The sex is off the chain. It is really the state of our educational system, and I'm saying a major influence. Now, there's a whole lot of other factors. One of the main factors is where's the fathers at? The mass incarceration. 7 out of 10 of my kids, they don't even have a father. So you're right. Like this mother who just came on the line, she's monitoring that. Most of my kids don't even have that. They're coming from foster homes. They're coming from group homes.
Right.
I'm just telling you the state of Black America in the inner city with these high schools, and a major influence is this negative hip hop, not this positive. And I'm just kicking it for real. And like I said, I wish you could come into my classrooms.
I've seen
like
it, bro.
And just spend the day. It's like a zoo. I'm telling you.
I've seen it.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I've seen it, so I know exactly.
Yeah, we definitely believe it.
What you talking about?
Fact.
You know, and it's funny because you said you graduated 78 playing for high school. You probably know my brothers and everything. And it's like I've been in the entertainment industry for a long time. So my thing is sometimes you have good evolution, and sometimes you have negative evolution.
Yeah.
And it's real talk. So hip hop has evolved. So like, we can say we can't really call it rap all we want to, but it has evolved and is morphed into something else, something different. Now, even today, you still have your Kendrick Lamars. That's not rhyming like a little Uzi Vert. Kendrick, you can't compare them to, because you know like
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Beautiful. J. Cole is, oh my God. Go ahead.
Chance the Rapper. And the list goes on
Nipsey,
and on
rest
and on.
in peace.
Yeah, and before Nipsey passed, he even his mind state even evolved when it comes to his lyrics.
Exactly.
So if you listen to early Nipsey Hussle, and Nipsey Hussle before he left this world, it's two totally different people. You know, so you got everything matures in time. Like Jay-Z is not rapping about the same things he was rapping to from this first album to this last one.
I agree.
All right?
I agree.
But think about it. When he changed the whole narrative and he changed his whole style of what he's talking about, we didn't support it as much either. So
first people did.
So
right.
We got to ask ourselves too, why don't we support anything that's positive as well? And then
why is it negative glorified?
And then we don't really control what the masses hear. So the bigger picture is not so much the rappers, it's the corporations, bro. It's the corporations.
Exactly.
You know, that's behind the terrestrial radio stations. It's the corporations that's behind the record labels.
Mm-hmm.
And the distribution that says we're putting this out. we're putting this out. And we know if they wanted to, they can control it.
Yeah.
Just like they took somebody like Minister Farrakhan off of social media.
Exactly.
It's because they can control it.
Exactly. Wow.
I'm with it, brother. I'm with it. Yes, sir.
And
that's what I just said.
Right.
Well, you know what? It's so crazy because the narrative of all this goes way back further than the beginning of rap. You know, it just came to our attention. I was doing a little research and came across something. Something as simple as the song that plays on most ice cream trucks is a song that came out in 1916. It was on, what was the record label again? Norm?
Columbia, Sony.
On Columbia Sony Records. The actual song is a super racist song. The song is titled "Nigga Want a Watermelon, Ha Ha Ha." When you hear the ice cream truck coming down the street, that is the song that our children are running to the ice cream.
That melody,
that ice cream truck
is from that song.
It's from a racist song. You can look it up yourself after the show if you don't believe me. You can Google it. And I forgot the name of the actual person. But I'm just making a point is that that's all the way back in 1916. So the narrative of us being treated that way and that type of music being put out about us and for us has been since the beginning of time of music and record labels. So these record labels, like I said, the people who control this is their mindsets. We're all niggas who want watermelon, ha ha ha. So they're not going to put out, they're not going to push the positive rappers because there are a lot of positive rappers out there. They're more so going to give you the, the watered down version of what we're talking about right now, of the let's shoot them up, let's sex them up, let's drug them up. So that's where it starts. We as consumers need to get on their backs about that. If we want to change that narrative, that's where it has to start. Because like I said, this is not anything new. It's something that's been going on for years.
But see, you it's harder to control now because you can't control basically the internet to like you really want to control it. You can't really censor the internet because they got YouTube now, they got SoundCloud now, whatever. People going to get the music out there. But what like I said, it's a bigger picture than just saying, rap is negative, it's destroying our community, because just like anything else, the government put drugs in our community, right?
Drugs, guns,
that's right. It sure did.
So now we're going to put negative messages in the community too. We're going to allow them, not put them in there. We're going to allow them through music.
Because, like you said, they censor whatever they want to censor.
They censor whatever they want to
censor.
They're not censoring that because it's making a profit.
Yeah.
Now, to go back to your original post again about the purchase of rap music, has it ever done anything to uplift the black community? Yes,
absolutely.
It has. In a lot of ways, and there's a lot of rappers, I can give you a whole list, bro, where they brought it back to the community.
No, I
and
agree.
they have done things
I
to the
agree.
community.
Again, I just asked the question. I asked the question. I didn't say yay or nay or either one. And right now, evidently, it sparked some conversation.
No, it was a great question.
It was a great debate.
It was a great question.
Yeah.
It was a great post. It sparked a lot of different conversation. Again, it's cool for us to agree to disagree and have different viewpoints. That's fine. I'm glad we are discussing this. So great post.
Yeah.
And discussion brings change. So can't change anything if you ain't talking about it.
Ultimately, what we need to do, right? How do we bring real substantial change? Because again, we know that we are revolutionary people, just like Black Wall Street. People say, well, why can't we? No, we've done it before. We could do it again. One of the things that even Martin Luther King at the end of his life, he said, hey, I feel I've integrated my people into a burning house. So even he evolved. He would have one position. He thought integration. To me, the thing that has hurt us the most is integration. Like I said, so how do we get back to for us, by us, and to us? And that's where I want to lead this conversation. Because you're right. Why do we always have to, like you said, the powers that be is white supremacy? And you're right. They're the ones who are controlling the narrative. And so the real issue is how do we take back our narrative so we can do for self?
The first step is to love us. And until we do that, which we don't, we none of that is possible. We can't be for us, do for us, or be by us if we don't love it. We love everybody else except for ourselves. We love everything about everybody else except for ourselves. When we get past the self-hate, then we can do that. Until that happens, until that self-hate healing comes, that's been taught to us for generations, that was beaten to us, bred into us, that's when we can get past it. And that's when we can do it. Till then, it's not going to happen.
And listen, real talk, my brother. Because of a lot of systemic problems from the past, a lot of us have a lot of mental health issues.
Facts.
That we don't even want to talk about,
True,
and we don't want to discuss.
That's real talk.
So that's the first thing I think we need to deal with too. Like let's try to help each other. You know,
heal.
Yeah. You know, because the mental health issues in the African American society period is rampant.
It's crazy.
It's rampant.
Yeah.
And that's half the problem too when it comes to us. And why our communities is not being uplifted, because we got so many other issues that we need to deal with first and foremost.
Yeah.
We really need to take care of our mental health a lot better.
And especially not young. I lost a son basically behind mental health issues. Is really, I mean, it's rampant in the black community period, but it's super rampant amongst our youngsters. And we need to know the signs, see the signs, and get them help, because like I said, especially now, like they need help. They crying.
Well, one of the things that I talk about often, and I see it in my classroom, to me, my number one issue is fatherlessness. You know what I'm saying? How do we get back to a healthy relationship? To me, the 60s was the biggest boo game ever when they introduced welfare. Because, like I said, it separated the black family. So I call it baby pimping. A sister can have kids, get AFDC, Section 8, Medicaid, Medicare. What's the prerequisite? They can't have a man. Then, so now they only have to separate, but then this mass incarceration. To me, slavery has still never ended. Like I said, it went from slavery to sharecropping, and again, that the introduction of crack into our neighborhoods was by design. It wasn't by accident.
Absolutely.
And so look at the epidemic now. It's opioids. They look at that as what? Like you said, a mental health issue, and they don't even see it as criminal.
Yeah.
But like I said, they have, and then at the end of the biggest game, they've locked most of up behind weed and marijuana, and now they got the nerve to legalize that. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is all by design. Now, one of the things, unashamedly, I'm an ordained minister too, and so in some kind of way, you're right. I'm very, not only am I critical of the negative aspects of hip hop, but of the black church, because again, back in the day, that was our bridge over troubled water. But they sold to the devil too over this prosperity theology. Whereas back in the day, it was the church that, like I said, galvanized when we were segregated. And we see the civil rights movement, or even the Nation of Islam, where again, faith made a real difference. And so my whole thing is, again, we're gonna have to call out some of these so-called ministers too, who've been pimping our neighborhood.
Wow.
And again, get back to, saying, how do we deal with holy matrimony? How do we deal with a true family? Any society that we have is what been the strength of that society and that culture has been the family. And so, like I said, we know that they've had that onslaught against us, but in spite of it all, we were able to overcome. You know what I'm saying? And so my whole thing is, again, how do we get that? How do we instill that some kind of way? We're talking about it now. We're going to have to be critical about it. And to me, I'm an optimist. Like I said, if we could do it before, we could do it again.
Facts.
But again, we got to point out the flaws, and we got to deal with it. It's real talk, and we got to agree to disagree, because it's going to take all of us. It's not what you think and I think. It's all of us coming together as a collective.
But
and like I said, starting a movement again.
But you know what? Too, we also, and this is real talk. I'm glad you said you're an ordained minister, but we got to stop biting the apple. We got to stop biting the apple. Just because, you know what I'm saying, like, Eve put that apple in front of Adam, he didn't have to. He didn't have to bite it, right? But so if the government puts drugs into our community, we don't have to accept it. And this is real talk. Listen, we got to start. This is where we got to start being strong enough emotionally, and strong enough to say, you know what, I get it. If I get these drugs, I could sell them, I could become rich, whatever like that, or I can go another route and try to build up my own business, try to start my own business and try another route instead of biting the apple. Because I seen brothers that were like, you know what, it's easier for me to sell drugs than to go out here and get a job. And that's the route they go.
But you gotta look at this too.
They didn't have to bite the apple.
You gotta look at the whole crack epidemic era though.
Bro, you
got me neither. But you gotta look at the era and the situations.
When we're talking about right now.
No. I'm just talking about in general though. So it depends on the situation, because like you said, people went out and did to get rich. Most people who were selling drugs at that time weren't doing it to get rich. They were doing it to put food on the table.
Yeah, they survive,
but when money start coming in hand over fist, it's like, oh man, I can't get rich over this. So if you give a person an opportunity to make, and back then $3.35 an hour, because I think that's what I was making. So if you're really making money, $4 an hour at a job, or you can G off 2 or 3 times a day. Which route you think they're gonna take? Inner city person,
right,
you think they're gonna go work 8 hours for $4, or I could be out here for whatever hours and I can make $4,000?
But in the same breath, I seen brothers come out of jail and say, you know what? I don't want to go back in jail again. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna start a business, and they'll start a business in their own community and get it and invest all their money into it. And it'll be up and running just for like 6 months, and then they got to shut down again because there was no support from the community.
I agree.
So again,
like I said, that self-hate.
again,
we love everybody but ourselves.
Right there in Plainfield, Andre Kelly. Y'all know Andre Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Look, he's got his painting business right now.
Good brother.
You're right, and that's a lot. Well, a lot of us. I'm an ex-felon too. A lot of times that's what we have to do. But it's sad that it has to be like that, because look at what's fueled the civil rights movement. It was basically those those blue collar jobs. Remember Kentile? You could go all over in the city, and you could be a blue collar man making good money. But what happened in the '60s? They nullified that. They took all of those jobs and they put them overseas. They put them over Mexico.
Yep.
And so, like we said, we got a two-tier society between the have and the have-nots. My whole thing is, again, it's skills that pays the bills. So that's another thing that we don't have. That when I went to Plainfield High School, we had body shop.
Exactly.
We had cosmetology. We
Yes.
had home ec.
Everything.
We had all. So everybody's not made to be academically inclined. On the college level tip.
Right.
In fact, most of us are not. So, but you could have a trade. They could teach you a trade, heating and air. You know what I'm saying? Auto mechanics. But that's null and void right now. You don't have any of that in our schools anymore.
And it's funny.
We got to get back to that too.
It's funny you said that, because I said that a long time ago. The reason that I can do a lot of the stuff that I can do is because of that. The reason that I know how to cook is because of that. The reason I know how to sew is because of that. The reason I know how to work on cars is because of that. The reason that I'm a carpenter, I could build things, is because I learned all of that stuff in school. Some of it out of school also, but like you said, all of those programs were in school. And now I'm not sure why they take all that stuff away from the kids.
Come on, you know why? Because now you
Exactly. Like I said, it wasn't no college students that was funding that civil rights movement. You're right. Like my father, he was a longshoreman in Port Noir. You know what I'm saying? Port Elizabeth. Like I said, made more money than my mother, who was a college graduate. But like I said, you're right. It's not an accident. It's by design. They shut that thing down. They said, okay, these brothers know how to fund their own movement. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, again, how do we get back to that?
Well, I'm going to tell you how we get back to that, because there are African-American, so everything you name, auto shop, cosmetology, all of that, right? So there's African-Americans that own an auto body shop or auto mechanic shop. There's African-Americans that own a hair salon, whatever. Then we got to get back to the each one, teach one type thing. So why not take somebody in your community and teach them a skill set? You know, like I have a skill set, audio engineering. I don't mind taking some of the youth and walking through our doors and teaching them audio engineering and how to edit video and all this stuff like that, because they can get jobs with that.
Yeah.
They can get jobs with that. So
I have
go ahead.
One of the things, I have a nonprofit. Well, it's not a nonprofit. It's called Greater Works. It's at www.greater-works.com. And my whole thing is we work with ex-offenders, because to me, those are the best teachers. They've been there, they've done that. And my whole main thing is when these brothers get out, because like I said, once you label a felon, you're almost like a second-class citizen. So again, most of them have to do what? They have to do the entrepreneurial thing. And the other thing is, there's little companies who know people been there, done that. They're some of the best employees. So what we advocate for is, again, getting those brothers back in society. And the two things that the ex-felon needs when he gets out, so they don't have to reoffend. They need housing and they need jobs. You know what I'm saying? And so my whole thing is, again, how do we challenge these churches to put those resources back into the community? Because like I said, it's sad, to this day, the leading economic institution is the churches. And they're making billions of dollars. Yeah. What are they doing? They're putting it into buildings. No, let's challenge them and put those back into the community. And then, like I said, let's take the brothers who've been there and done that and who teach the skills to pay the bills. And like I said, fund our own revolution. That's the whole thing. And see, I love what you guys are doing because, again, we got to get it out there. Like I said, we got to be real about the problems, but we got to be real about the solutions too. And we got to be challenging. And like I said, we're going to bump some heads, but if we don't give a damn about one another, who else will?
No doubt. Mark Anthony, real quick, a comment that shout out to Glenn Gray he made. He says, so it's safe to say that rap music purchases have created jobs. Rappers have publicists, management, security, stylists, traveling barbers. Many of them are from their hoods. So it's safe to say that rap purchases have created jobs. He's right.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
I get what you're saying totally too. My problem is, again, I'm gonna go back to, I know a lot of people, African Americans, that own businesses. And I think that all of us need to create some type of mentorship to some of the youth out there, and share the skill set that we have. Because a lot of them can't afford tuition. A lot of them can't afford to go to school. We know right now this government, this particular president is trying to take anything away from us that can help us. So at the same time, we got to get back to the point of helping ourselves. And I keep saying it, and I don't want to be redundant. But the best thing, the biggest thing that happened for us at that time was Black Wall Street. And when it happened, what happened? They burnt it down.
Yeah, they had to get rid of it.
So we got to get back.
Dangerous.
We got to get back to Black Wall Street again, if we can do that
and secure it this time. That's the thing. We got to be secure with it so they can't come and burn it down this time and say, you won't be self-sufficient. Because that's what it was all about. We were self-sufficient, didn't need it for anything. They didn't like that. The government wants to control everything, and I think it can be done. But like I said, it's just we're stopping ourselves from that. Nobody's stopping us from that but ourselves.
Absolutely.
Period.
And that's our big. We got to deal with us first.
Yep.
With all these other issues, every time. And again, no disrespect to anybody else. So if we're dealing with civil rights issues, then the next thing we got to deal with is LGBTQ issues. And the next thing we got to deal with is job discrimination issues, and then the sexual assault issues, and this, that, whatever. It's like it's always something on something, to stop you from thinking about the main goal. You know what I'm saying? There's always some type of distractions thrown at us. Go ahead, bro.
On the sidebar, the sister said something about something I can't stomach, but I understand it because, like I said, it's a free society and people can do their own thing. But to me, the worst model, a role model for our sisters is Carly B. I'm just going to keep it 100. I cannot. I do not. I mean, I live in Atlanta right now. So you talking about the center for strip clubs, for sisters, especially in Atlanta, Georgia. Mm-hmm. And I could care less. I don't care how much college educated it is. I don't care what. That is not. I have a daughter. I have 3 daughters. I have 3 sons and 3 daughters. Mm-hmm. There's no way in the world I want my daughters identifying with a Carly B. I'm sorry. To me, it's pure exploitation, and I got to call it a spade with a spade. No man, no brother wants. I don't know. And you're right. She's famous. She got a famous rapper, the Migos, Offset, all of that. To me, that is not an image that should be betrayed to our sisters. Our sisters are above that.
She came from. She came from basically nothing and made something out of herself.
That's what I'm saying. Her
path is what a lot of people's path is. So she's giving hope to people who's in that on that
that's
road.
What I'm gonna say exactly
that they can make it out of that. They don't have to live in that, be that lifestyle all forever.
Yeah,
so it's
same with this. I'm saying, hey, I'm from the streets. I'm gutter but again, just because I was that don't mean I have to stay there. I'm not gonna glorify that. I get that, and you're right. A lot of us had to do what we had to do, just like you said. A lot of us had to sell and hustle, not because we wanted to, but because we had to. But again, when do you flip the script? You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, again, that is still as a persona.
But yeah, she might flip the script when she gets a little more mature and grows.
Yeah, you got to
remember,
she's
a couple years out of this.
26.
She's a couple years out. She's a couple years out of this. She's like 3 years removed from stripping.
Yeah.
Give her time to have growth. She's talking about what she did.
But let's keep it 100. Y'all don't think that is we talk about white supremacy. You don't think that is purposely being portrayed to put that negative image into our female psyche in our community? You don't think that's again?
You may have to blame Mona.
You don't think that?
No, you may have to blame Mona Scott for that, bro. Yeah. Because I mean, listen, that whole Love and Hip Hop, she came from the Love and Hip Hop franchise, Cardi B, right?
They just made a name for her. Yeah.
So I mean, Mona Scott,
and that's us, right? Yeah, you're right. We got to call it out.
And it's no diss to Mona. I know Mona. I've met her personally and everything. She cool people, all that, great businesswoman, all that. But I'm just saying that's a brand she created. And a lot of people are making their own careers off of that brand.
But then you got to still, if you're gonna blame Mona, you got to blame the people who sit there and tune in. If that's what our community is going to sit there and tune in and watch, then of course, okay, this is what they want to see.
Unfortunately, the world loves a train wreck, and I'm not saying that she's necessarily a train wreck. She's a train wreck who made it, and that is what makes it even more alluring to the younger people, or the people, period. They see a Cardi B, like I said, she used to be a stripper, then she was on Love and Hip Hop, now she went from Love and Hip Hop, now she's one of the biggest female rap artists ever, breaking records of all time. So it's like, it just, like Few said, it gives people hope. Do I want my daughter to grow up to be like a Cardi B, everything she does? No, but do I want her to have the mindset of the grind and to don't care about what people say about you? Do what you have to do to make it, because that's the overall part to me that I'm talking about. The people the naysayers who said she wasn't talented, she can't do this, she can't do that, and she basically said, the hell with you, I'm gonna keep pushing, and look where she's at now. So that's the part that I say from the fall, not to be twerking and fighting or whatever, but just the drive. You got to say, like I said, there's some people who are at a point in their life who feel like, I'm here and there's no other place for me to go. I'm never going to do nothing else. She showed that that's not possible.
Y'all want to hear some real talk? So it's my fault that I'm not my son's role model. So let's talk. It's my fault.
That's real talk.
It's my fault that I'm not my son's role model. So if Cardi B becomes a role model to
anybody,
a young daughter,
exactly,
or a little kid or a little boy, whatever the fact,
whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
But listen to what I just said earlier. 7 out of 10 of my kids, my students in the high school level, don't even have a mother and father. So they don't even have that filter that you're talking about. And real quick, my whole thing is this. What does it profit a man? The Bible says this. To gain the world but lose his soul. Yeah, they making money hand over fist, but we losing our soul behind this, man. That's all I'm saying. And again, most of our kids are coming from single parent families. They don't even have, and praise God for our mothers. They doing double duty, man. And again, the brothers trying to do the right thing too, but they locked up. Like I said, this mass incarceration is by design.
So okay. So I heard what you just said. When you quoted that. But my thing is like this, bro. You said earlier, you was incarcerated, right?
Yeah.
So and then now you teaching, and now you're sharing your knowledge with the rest of the world and with the youth and everything. You've changed, you evolved. So we have to give that same type of situation to somebody like Cardi B.
Yeah.
We have to give her time, a chance to change and evolve, and use her celebrity for something better than what she's currently using.
Because let's be realistic. She actually has evolved some from who Cardi B used to be. Becoming a mother, becoming a wife. She has evolved. She's not the same Cardi B she used to be. But there's unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, but there's steps. Like I said, she's young. She's still a kid.
None of us in here and nobody on this phone is the same person they were 15 years ago.
Absolutely not.
None of us are.
Absolutely
We've all changed and we all evolved. And we all got wiser. All of us got wiser.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will not repeat the same mistakes we did 15 years ago. So, but we have to give each other time to grow. And that's what I'm saying with somebody with a lot of these youth. Some of them, all they know is rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Now,
That's true. That's what I'm telling you. They don't have the forces. They don't have the parenting. Correct.
Right. But the problem I have with that, you know, and I'm in a profession where anybody under 20 that walks through my doors basically want to be a rapper and get their music heard on our radio show or whatever like that. Now, I don't have a lot of 20-year-olds and younger walking through my door that want to be a lawyer, want to be a doctor, want to be an architect. They just don't walk through the doors. So what we have to show them again is other options. Mm-hmm. If all they think is either I'm going to play ball or I'm going to rap, because that's all anybody's going to give me the chance to do, and that's what makes money. We got to show them other options. It's just like gang members. We complain about gang members, but I'm quite sure if you showed a gang member another option that's legal and that could get them out of the hood, and
that's what Nipsey was trying to do.
Something.
Really
you know what that is?
It's
rap.
That's right.
But I said another option.
No, but no, that's another option. How many people who started gangbanging now got into rap and got out of gangbang?
Yeah, you got to give them options. You can't, my whole thing is if you want them to put down, put down the guns, stop selling drugs. Okay, if we put down the guns, if we stop selling drugs,
what we do next?
What else do you got for us? What else do you got for us?
Well, you know what? That's why I don't mean to cut you in, but we do have those resources, and that's why I like the people like LeBron James and some of our superstar athletes. And one of the things that I'm praying for, we do have those resources. We do have those people like Magic Johnson, like Oprah. And my whole thing is, where's this round table where we're pooling our resources to do exactly what you guys are doing? Because, like I said, it's doable, but like I said, we need the means to do it. And so like I said, praise God for what LeBron is doing. But like I said, again, all I'm saying is let's raise the issues and let's put pressure. Let's put pressure on these executives that's putting out these negative images. Let's put pressure on these black churches that are pimping the neighborhoods. All the money coming in, none of it going back. Let's put pressure on some of these athletes, like I said, who have this platform. And like I said, let's pool our resources and do it ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me tell you, because I just had to laugh when you said that, because I've been saying that for years. But let me tell you what the problem is with that. The problem with that is once we've made it, the majority don't look back and care anymore. Once we've made it out of that pit, that gutter, and we're at a certain level, we're at the upper echelon, so we're snob-nobbing now and rubbing noses, with the others. We don't care. It's not our problem anymore. I'm never going to have to worry about a meal. I'm never going to have to worry about clothes on my back. I'm never going to have to worry about roof over my head, how to get and they don't care as much.
I'm not going to say majority because I don't know what everybody does. We're not that far from not having wealth. We don't have generational wealth that goes back all these years.
There's enough rich black people who have been rich long enough that the problem
can't say
could
that they're
be
not
fixed.
doing nothing.
I'm not saying
they can't fix the problem.
They
can't fix the problem. They're not going to fix all the problems.
Because
we can do something more.
Hold up.
Yeah, collectively we can. But look at y'all heard about the brother from Morehouse, who's our keynote speaker.
Yes,
I graduated from Morehouse. And what he did, man, man, that speaks volumes.
Super volumes.
So there's hope, man.
That's putting your money where your mouth is.
And Oprah put people through college too. LeBron's put people through college too. So it's a lot of people who out there who are giving back to the community. So I'm not going to say it's a majority, but the problem is just not going to be fixed by putting some people through college. It has to come back down to personal responsibility. You can put anything in front of somebody. If they don't want to take it, then what are you going to do? I can't force you. Oh, no, you're going to leave the streets. I'm going to shake you, but I'm going to baby shake you until you say I'm leaving the streets?
Well, we just said at least we have the option. And like I said, a lot of these gangbangers, they don't have the option. So let's at least collectively come together and say, you know what? You don't have to gangbang. And one other last topic. I really appreciate what Nipsey did. I never forget looking at the funeral. And to me, it was a Crip funeral. And I don't have nothing wrong with that. But my whole thing is, when are we going to address the fact that in our own neighborhoods, a lot of times, these almost like to be domestic terrorists. Why do we glorify? I understand the gang culture. You know, you coming from it's really family that they've never had.
Exactly.
But again, in us offering alternatives and us glorifying that, come on, man. I mean, the gang lifestyle, and then it goes right back into the prisons. I mean, our prisons, man. Oh my God, they literally are concentration camps.
Yeah.
Like I said, this whole mass incarceration is real. The new slavery, the new slaveocracy. You know, my girl Michelle Alexander put the new Jim Crow. It's the new slaveocracy. You guys, now what JC did, what Jay-Z did with that documentary on the kid who was at Riker Island.
Yes,
man, that's real, man. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna have to address that. You know what I'm saying? And stop glorifying. Again, that's all I'm saying. Let's stop glorifying the negative. You know, it's an element.
I agree with 300%.
It's real, but we got to stop glorifying it, man. And then these brothers, to me, it's almost like a badge of courage now to go to prison. And these brothers are getting raped, man.
Yeah,
they're getting brutally raped. And like I said, so that whole penal culture is negative. And like I said, and they feel that the only way they know how to survive is through these gangs. And I'm saying we're gonna have to stop glorifying that, man. And then the sad part about it, you're right. You get somebody like a Nipsey who come out of it, and it wasn't even a rival gang. The hate and the jealousy, like you said, the mental health issues is real, man. But then you go to the funeral, and again we glorifying that on national TV around the world, like da 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 da. Nah, that's what killed that brother. You know what I'm saying? But again, we don't hear any pushback on that. You know,
the gang didn't.
Well, you know what? Listen. He gave us a few more topics to talk about for another show.
Yeah.
And everything. Bro, we appreciate you, Mark
Anthony.
Definitely.
Great.
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Great topic.
We thank you for the post.
Yeah.
That sparked this. And again, if anybody missed any part of this show, it will be up on YouTube right after this show ends. It will be on Facebook after this show ends, and you can go back and listen to it or copy the link or send it to somebody that may need to hear what we're talking about here on BKS1 Radio. So
subscribe to our YouTube too, BKS1 Radio TV.
Yes.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. We appreciate
for Christ
you.
I live and for Christ I die. God bless.
God bless you too, brother.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah, man. Another great night. Great topic, you know. So we want to definitely thank our guests for calling tonight. G Supreme, hitting us with that good music, and looking forward to that album dropping sometime in September, The Last of the Gods. So make sure y'all look out for that and check that out. And we want to thank everybody for chiming in tonight. Join us for another edition Live in the Site for WBKS1.com each and every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what I'm saying? What's that? That's one of the joints here? What you rocking right now, Sono? Okay. He got some funky music going on. But like I said, once again, we appreciate you guys. We about to get out of here. Another good night. Peace.
Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like... You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats. When it was called hip-hop.
Live in the cypher. Wednesday night, gotta get it right. Live in the cypher, chills on the mic. You got cash, I'm worth it. Pay me, you can't outfox me. So say that for Jamie. BKS1Radio.com. Hot like 5 kids, so ring the alarm. Got the industry corner with our own damn opinions. No Serato, it's authentic. When late night is spinning, the truth, the real. Hip hop ain't dead, and if it was, we resurrected it. It's back to the essence, the bare essential. Storm Norm is the leader, we call him the general. Smooth P and Ghost, we rate and review. So if you're scared to spit the 16, don't come through. Ooh! Represent the real hip hop. Represent the real hip hop. Represent the real hip hop. Make sure you tune in every
every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the hottest hip-hop show on the net, live in the cypher, baby. You got my man, Chill Mr. Keep It Real, Ladies Love, Smooth P, Short Fuse, DJ Late Night, and your man, Storm on the General on BKS1Radio.com, where we
represent the real hip-hop.